Okay guys, this is the third part, as you can see, and this is more about from ages 10 to about 11, maybe 12, I'm not sure, probably not 12, but basically just about what happened then, the court, talking to my mum, and basically you'll see why I don't like being called a liar about this. Yeah. But first I'm going to go and see my budgie because he's been sat up there staring at me looking miserable for a little while now. Oh my poor birdie. Why are you up there all alone? Sweetie. What are you doing, gorgeous? Come on, Emily, come on. Charlie. Charlie, oh, you're too tired. Charlie, come here. Charlie. Hello. Charlie, come on. What's wrong? Why are you all the way up there for so long, baby? Do you want some treats? Want some treats? I know you don't like it when I keep moving around and you're on my finger. I throw you off my finger sometimes, though, you don't seem to mind. But it's okay, I understand. I don't think I'd like to be bobbed around all the time either. You can hear it. I know you can hear it. There we go. Oh gross, he actually saw me. I thought I was out of view. Meow! He's like, don't make that noise! Okay. Let's see about this thing. Okay. Don't panic. What are you panting? Okay. I met with Mrs. Wellman on the 18th of July 2006 at her home address. Mrs. Wellman requested that her CPN something may be present at my first meeting for general support. Mrs. Wellman appears to be very proud of her daughter and her achievements. Can't make very many by then, I was 10. Mrs. Wellman, when discussing Rachel, said that they lived happily, just us, and that she sometimes would pop into the pub after work, which was around lunchtime, but would not go to the pub in the evenings. No, she wouldn't go, she'd already be there from lunchtime. Anyway, and only at weekends if Mr. Wellman had Rachel. Mrs. Wellman denies that she had an issue with alcohol and that her mental health is only impaired due to the current situation surrounding her daughter. Mrs. Wellman stated during all 3 meetings with me that Rachel was lying and that she had not harmed her daughter in any way. I was 10. Why would I make it up? If we lived happily, why would I make up that lie? It would be more convincing if she said, we have problems at home, or in some ways Rachel seems very sad, but I haven't hurt her, and she's lying, than if she says, oh, we lived happily, but she's lying. You know, that just wouldn't make any sense at all. If I was living happily, why would I lie? I was telling the truth, and I wasn't living happily. I was telling the truth. I was telling the truth. I was 10. 10-year-olds, they just can't be evil. They just don't have it in them. I may have been screwed up by that point already. Yeah, I was pretty darn screwed up. But enough to say something like that? No. No. Anyway, when discussing this report, Mrs. Wellman was keen to know whether historical information would be taken into account, and informed me that all previous information held on her social work files was untrue, and there were many lies. Everyone's lying in regard to her mental health and alcohol abuse during this time. There appeared to be a great deal of animosity directed at Mr. Wellman, and Mrs. Wellman feels that Mr. Wellman is taking her daughter away from her, which Mrs. Wellman was very upset by. Was clearly upset by. Mrs. Wellman told me that she had informed Rachel of her attempted suicide, and indeed told her that if she did not tell the truth, that she would go to prison, and that would have to sell a house and family pets. Blah blah blah. That always worked in the past, to get me back home. Just to tell me she was going to get rid of the pets. These are my eyelashes. I didn't expect him to do that. Charlie. He's so warm. Anyway. Next page, Charlie boy. Can I go on my shoulder? Where's where the seeds gone? What have I done? I lost them! I lost them! Didn't mean to. Anyway, okay. This has informing Rachel of the truth and was unable to see how the blah blah blah. Doesn't matter, okay. Right. 6 minutes gone. Maybe that's what my eating disorder is about. I thought it was about other stuff, but maybe it's like me getting back at my mum, seeing as I lose weight a lot better when I'm here. No one can deny it, because it's on me. It's in my blood. No one can deny that it's happened, apart from me. That's a bit messed up. Oh well. Maybe I'm just getting to deny things back. I don't know. I'm not going to psychoanalyze anything, because otherwise that gets me one step closer to recovery if I start to think about why I do things. So I'll stop trying to think about why I do things and just do them. Okay. Don't want any more? Anybody? God, I'm not good at fake laughter. Mr. Wellman. My first meeting with Mr. Wellman was on the 19th of July 2006 at his home in Poole. Mr. Wellman discussed the situation surrounding Rachel and said that Rachel is deeply hurt and upset that her mother continues to deny what has gone on. Hell yeah. Mr. Wellman said that he finds the issue of contact difficult, but was trying his best to include... You okay? To include Mrs. Wellman, and had invited her to Rachel's Achievement Awards ceremony at school, and offered... I'm still achieving, yeah, right. Let's go, and offered to pick her up and drop her off from the train station, which Mrs. Wellman had refused. Of course. Mr. Wellman said that he has limited telephone calls as often Rachel is greatly distressed following them, and on one occasion was screaming. Mr. Wellman is also concerned about what Mrs. Wellman may say to Rachel. He said it really upset Rachel when Mrs. Wellman had told her daughter that she had tried to commit suicide, and that if she did not return home, then all her pets would be given away. Yeah. Anyway, she still uses the pet thing on me sometimes, by the way. Just thought I'd mention. Why do you think we've got him now? No, she's got someone else to use. Other than, 3 cats, 2 dogs and 2 budgies, now I have a 3rd budgie. It's a way of keeping me out of hospital, right? To be fair, I love you and everything, but you can't kill my eating. The minute I get to school, I'm losing all this fat. I know. Yeah, I know. Anyway. Right. blah blah blah. Mr. Woman's biggest concern is that since the events of the past few months, Rachel had said that if something happens at her mum's again, then she will not tell due to the trouble it's caused this time. You got cute feet. I met initially, this is when she was talking to me now, so this is slightly more interesting because this is going over stuff that I don't remember rather than just stuff that I don't know. I met initially with Rachel at her father's previous address in Poole on the 19th of July 2006. I have observed Rachel with both her parents, briefly with her paternal grandparents, and with her paternal aunt, Kay Clark, and also alone. Alone? I'm interested in alone. I'm too affected by other people when I'm with them, honestly. Rachel was initially guarded in speaking to me about matters regarding her mum. She felt like she was split into three, and there was part of her that wanted things to be how they used to be, part of her that wanted to stay with her father but live on Portland, and then another part of her just did not want either. Rachel said that she does not like her father's partner very much, but she said that they did not argue. No one's ever understood that. Me and Caroline didn't get along, but we never argued. People don't understand that. We didn't disagree, we didn't argue, we didn't have any animosity towards each other, but we didn't get along. She hated me. She really hated me. I could not say anything to her because I was terrified of her. I used to have dreams almost every night where I would say things to her, and her reaction was never good. And eventually I think I did I did say something to her, and she called me an effing bitch and spat at my face. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah! Oh. Right. Rachel was more relaxed. Oh wait, no, sorry. Mr. Wellman's relationship has since ended. Well, she must have spoken to me while I looked at my Auntie K's then. On my second meeting with Rachel on the 1st of August 2006. Hello. I collected her from her paternal grandparents' house, where she seemed happy and relaxed. Rachel and I discussed things in the car whilst on the way to contact with her mother. Rachel was rather more relaxed with me on this occasion and brought up the subject of her mum without any prompts. Rachel said that her mum still wanted to go on holiday with her, and although she wanted to, her dad had talked about it and she understood the reasons why it might not be a good idea. Although she did not elaborate as to what her understanding literally was. Rachel said that she used to have a hiding place for when her mum had been drinking and used to go to the pub a lot. I know my hiding place. It's up there. That was my hiding place. I used to get into that top shelf, and I used to get into that. Dooby-doo, let's see if I can get my finger in the right place. I used to get up there. That bit is hollow. I used to get into there. I know. Yeah. Rachel had also disclosed this information with... No, it's not her. With someone from CAMS, and had specified where this hiding place was. The hiding place was consistent with the layout of the house. Do you think they thought I was lying? Consistent with the layout of the house? Do you think they thought, oh well, this hiding place doesn't exist? Me. Ooh. It's right there. It's right there. Yeah, it's right there. I can hear your heartbeat. It's so warm. Anyway, sorry. Oh, my baby boy. My baby boy. Sorry, Charlie. He's very tired. He's not very fancy today and playful. Rachel did go on to say that when her mum had not been drinking, she was lovely, and said she was like she was today. Rachel and I had just had contact at Mrs. Wellman's, so that's why I said that. Right, I'll move on to part 4.